Hey, everybody, we're back. It's podcast number 7 with the Sound Warriors. Over to here to my right, we've got
Brian Shartzer, and to my left, we got the big guy.
Yeah. And we are pumped. We are ready.
You're getting fired up on me, man.
I am fired up.
What do you got? You got coffee?
Here's the deal.
What do you got?
I have got the strongest coffee on the planet. This must have been shipped in from Brazil by pirates.
There you go.
Okay. And so all I know is that this stuff is taking me deep to left field. It just bounced off the left field wall. So that's where I'm at. But I'm going to tell you what, that's what you have to do. Oh, here, let me take care of this.
I'm still with again.
Okay.
Monster Energy, baby.
Let me just tell you something about Shartzer. Okay. First podcast we did. Okay. Number 1, you'll be able to see it if you go on YouTube. He comes in with a monster and he's like this. He's he's almost like brushing his hair back, and I'm like, yeah. I'm like, do you want me to do the commercial for you? You're begging monster for a deal. Okay. So he's holding it. So I said, my name's Brian Shartzer. I'm a solid gold singer.
Oh.
Yeah. And I only drink Monster, particularly when I get out of control.
Oh.
He wanted a deal. So I come back.
To a Slim Jim, baby.
I come back. All I had, this shows you what a sissy I am. I come back with a Pellegrino water, okay? And I said, if anybody in Italy is watching, I'd only drink Pellegrino water. And he just looked at me and just, gave me a backhand cuff, But anyway.
But you're drinking coffee today.
But I'm drinking coffee. I'm out of control.
Strong bean from Brazil.
We are the Sound Warriors. Say it and
we sing it.
And we sing it. All right. So we're here to talk to you about music, life in general. And you know what? Our whole theme to this is we have fun.
Yes.
That's it. So let's talk a little bit about, I got to tell you this. This guy's already got 2 on the charts. He's got a song that went to number 10. His new song,
Country Roots,
came in at number 80.
Yep,
right?
Number 80. And,
so
I think it's gonna
go up. It's hot. I talked to some of the radio people and everybody's playing it. So I'm in a different circumstance. I've got my first song out being charted. It's called Kiss My Bad American Ass.
Love it.
You can guess what that's about.
Oh.
I'm an American guy with American kids, sanctuary cities. What the hell's that shit? That's what it's basically about.
From Chicago, baby.
From Chicago. Bring it. But hey, I'm an all-American cat. Some of my family members in the past have died for this country. Anybody steps on a flag in front of me, it'll be the mistake you never wanted to make. It'll be your last gasp.
And I'm going to tell you, and that's what it should take.
And he knows I live it.
That's what it should take. And you see somebody, and you want to protest, that's fine. Mm-hmm. Okay, I get it. And you should do it.
You got the right.
You have that right. And you should try to do it peacefully. Yeah. But I'm going to tell you all right now, and this is where the line, you don't cross that line. If I'm telling you right now, if I ever see anybody burning a flag, stepping on a flag, walking on it, doing anything to disrespect the American flag, because there is men and women who gave their life for that flag and for you and me and for this country, for us to do what we want to do. And you want to disrespect our flag like that, not just disrespect to me and Americans, but the men and women who gave the ultimate sacrifice for that. You do that, you got an ass kicking coming.
Oh yeah.
That's something you don't do that.
And I'm not out to hurt anybody, do anything, but there are lines that have to be drawn in life.
You better believe it. Don't do that.
That's one of them. And the bottom line is this. And in my song, it says that. So I just want to tell you.
Sorry, Mark.
No. Bro, are you kidding me? I love you, brother.
That's just something I won't tolerate.
Yeah. Oh, I'm with you.
Woo!
So I wrote that song. And, Beverly, our promoter, would probably tell you it wasn't a great choice for the first song to drop because right off the bat, the radio stations put Kiss My Bad American, and it was A***. They couldn't even put ass down. So I was cursed from the beginning.
But we got a guy that's not afraid to push them limits.
Yeah. Well, here's the deal. I was told by a lot of people, you need to change that song. You need to back it down a notch. And I said, I'm not backing down jack crap. I'm not doing nothing. I'm going to write. Here's the deal. I don't need to be famous. Okay. Now, if I end up getting a song that gets on the charts, I don't have one yet. But if I do, that's great. If I get a song that's number 10, that's great too. But I've had one of the richest, and I don't mean dollar-wise, but I have had, if you know my background, I have had 8 lives. I've been everywhere on the planet. I've done exactly what I want to do since I was 5 years old. But that's it. I've done what I wanna do, and I'm gonna continue that, and some people don't like it. So my second song was So Red, White, and Blue, and one of my people that I work with said, "All it is kiss my bad American ass hiding in a sheep's clothing." Every once in a while it jumps out at you. So that's fine. So I finally got mainstream, and then this is great because we've been talking how much we love Beverly, our promoter. And I said, I got Brian's gonna laugh at this. Brian started this, okay? He's called me one day, and of course, I had 2 songs out at that point, and, he said, "What are you doing, Hoss?" And I said, "I'm driving back from buying tennis shoes. I know that sounds really, really cool, but that's what I'm doing." And, he said, "Just listen to me. I just heard Keith Fisher's new song."
Creed.
I'm sorry, Creed Fisher. Creed Fisher's new song, Devil in Boots, right? And I said, "I haven't heard it yet." He said, "You need to listen to it. It sounds like something you would write. You need to write a song like that. You need to make it happen." So I said, "Well, I'll listen to it." So on the way home, my fiancée, Kimmy, and I are driving home,
I like
and
the sound of that, sorry.
yeah,
Just found out that they're kinda
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, we're engaged.
yeah,
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 I love that.
yeah,
Big heart.
yeah, big heart on that one. Yeah, thank you, buddy. But anyway, so Kimmy and I are driving home, and, I said, "Well, what would we name that song?" And she said, "Well, I don't know." And I said, she said, "Well, what's another name for devil? Satan?" And I said, "How about Satan and Satin?" Because that's about kind of what the, girls when I was younger, I went out with. When I went into a bar, they were always wearing stuff that was too tight and drawing guys in. And I'm not a pushover. So what did I end up doing? I ended up getting 6 broken noses, falling on the floor about every weekend. And when I wasn't working at a bar, I was on the floor of another bar. Bye, Kimmy. So anyway, she just walked out. But anyway, so
She's heard enough.
yeah, she's heard it up, right? So anyway, I ended up writing the song Satan and Satin.
Which,
Yeah.
not to steal
Yeah.
anything from you, I love that song, Mark.
Thank you,
I
brother.
I do. I that is an amazing song. You sing it very well. The instrumental, the
Oh,
production of
Eric
it,
killed it.
Eric Nelson killed it. I mean, we all have favorites, but that is one of
Yeah.
my favorite songs of yours. I mean, I catch my own self, singing your song.
Yeah, well, the first line is that she's my Satan and satin. She spends like Manhattan. If a tough guy steps in, he's gonna get flattened.
Yeah. You're protecting your girl,
So it's a reminiscent thing for
Yes.
anybody
Sure.
to look back on situations like that.
Right.
So I came home and I wrote that song in 30 minutes, and that doesn't make me a great songwriter because some of the best songs and some of the worst songs are written in 30 minutes. You know what I mean?
Not me. It
Yeah.
takes me a while.
Yeah. Well, it depends.
Ooh.
You got to understand something. We're talking about songwriting right now on number 7 here podcast. But I'm going to tell you this. I wrote 19 songs in 2019 and 9 days. I was in a zone and I own my own business, Operation Kid Safe International. And I took some time off because I was in a zone. I didn't sleep. I mean, I did a little bit, but I would fall asleep at the desk in my studio. I wrote 19 songs, put them to music, put them out for my band. Just everything happened at once. I then went, I'd like to tell you I'm a hero and do that all the time. I then went 5 years and couldn't write a line. I couldn't.
Writer's block.
Yeah, writer's block. And I was scared of every decision. I knew I wasn't going anywhere at that time with my career. I was having some frustrations in life, blah, 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 blah. And so there it is. So, I mean, have you had that, Brian? Have you had writer's block?
I have. True story.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, you got to remember, I never written anything in my life to my first single, which took me 3 years to write because I had no clue what the heck I was doing. And then,
That a way to attack it.
yeah, and then just
You can now, though. You're getting them like this.
with the help of Eric,
Oh, yeah.
because listen, he's a co-writer
It's
on
a collaboration.
all of my music. I can't do it without him, and I don't want to do it without him. And I hope him and I continue to make music for the next 20 years, God willing.
Yeah, I hope
For
so
us.
too. But Eric's amazing. He owns Eclipse Studios in Bloomington, Illinois. And again, Brian introduced me
Sure.
to him.
Yeah.
And my first single that I did when I went up there, I was absolutely amazed. And I had it down to the point where I had I'd written it in 2019, that particular one. The other ones I've written are all fresh, but that was fresh to
But
anybody else.
these
but
last
me.
4, it's been within
And
months.
I've written them all within the last few months.
Yes.
Well, right now, and again, I've got a little advantage because I did retire and I put 100% into my music career. So I'm genuinely, and I mean this, I'm in the studio writing music 6 to 8 hours a day.
Right.
So honestly, anybody ought to be able to write if they can have that much time to get to it. Not anybody, but most.
But the
Most
thing
people.
about this is our passion. This is what we
I'm
love doing.
enjoying every breath, bro.
It's not for everybody.
No.
You know, some people like to go mountain climbing. Not
Yeah.
me. I'm not climbing Mount St. Everest.
Can you imagine me climbing a mountain? I can't
know?
even get into my own car.
Yeah, I mean,
You know, I'm real handy. I'll put
yeah.
it this way. Last time I had a screwdriver in my hand, it went through the other hand. He laughs.
Well, hey.
Kimmy laughs. I'm not real handy,
Yeah.
but I am good at presenting thoughts. Okay.
Well, listen, kind of just since we're there, you are one hell of a marketer. You've
That's what I
got,
did my whole life, brother.
but man, you are so good at that. And y'all want something marketed, you know, a flyer of any kind for your business. I don't care what it is. This cat right here,
I do a lot of them.
reach out to him because he does some amazing stuff. I mean, he's done some killer stuff just for me. He built my webpage, you know, www.brianshartzermusic.com.
Oh, nice plug. Hold up the monster. The monster.
Forget,
There it is.
hey, I'm still waiting.
Monster, he's available.
So
Pellegrino, if you're listening, I'm still available.
yeah, so yes. So look this guy up if you need any help because he's he's retired.
That's right.
And this is some of the things he does. Hey, I give credit where credit's due, and that's what I'm doing.
Thank you, brother.
And y'all want your stuff done, reach out to this cat. Now, again, while we're on that subject, if you're wanting music done, I strongly suggest Eric Nelson Eclipse Studio.
He's a beast.
So sorry, bro. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, Eric is a beast. So anyway, when I first did that that first song, he goes, you know, I had written the music for it, and he just kind of looked at me, you know, with
well, I mean, because that's what he does.
Oh yeah, he said, big guy, it's a great tune. I love your vocals on it. We're gonna tune up a couple of things.
Yeah,
and he took
what he does.
my God, the process. He took the guitar out. He redid all of the lead guitar parts, and I mean everything. Here's the deal. And Brian, I'm speaking for you here, but I believe you and I know each other well enough that this is a fact.
Go for it.
We do not believe in auto-tune, where your microphone has a thing that as you start to speak puts you in key, you know, and I hate to say it, but like Justin Bieber, why am I even talking about him? But anyway, we're not up for.
There's a joke.
Yeah,
there's a joke.
I don't even want to
Justin
hear
Bieber.
it. I don't even want to hear it. I just like to crush it.
All of you know me.
Yeah.
Know
If
about the Justin Bieber thing.
If there's a cliff, there's a cliff. There's not any in Illinois, so he's safe. But if there was a cliff, I'd throw him off of it. I don't know, whatever. Anyway, but we don't believe in auto-tune. If you can't sing, then don't sing. And we also don't believe in having the finished product run through AI, because how are you going to sing that on stage? Here's what you find. It's almost the Milli Vanilli type of thing. If you remember them, they never actually sang any of their stuff. It was all processed, and they would get up and lip sing it on stage. That's where that comes from. And it's worse than that, because there are some people that go into the studio, they're so over-processed, they get out and sing, and people throw tomatoes at them because they say, well, they're having a bad night. They're not having a bad night. They never sang the song. So when Brian does one of his live, trust me, I play concerts with him. We play gigs together, and it sounds like off the frickin' album.
How much do I owe you for that one, buddy?
It's the truth. It's the truth. It sounds like off the album.
Man, what a comment. Thank you.
Yeah, but I mean, but don't you think that's the way it's supposed to be, brother?
Well, I don't know any other way.
Exactly.
I mean,
that doesn't make us. I'm not saying we're great.
No,
all I'm saying is we're focused. You know,
we're doing something that we love doing,
and we want to do it that way.
You know,
I want to play my song live. In fact, I'm working with my band now for our tour coming up in June.
Yes,
we're practicing once a week right now.
That's good.
Big Guy in the Mob, and they've already got "Kiss My Bad American Ass" in the bag. We did it the other night, and I literally, and this is a tough one for me, but they looked over at me, and I had to kind of wipe a tear away, you know, and I'm trying to come off a little tougher.
So,
but, you know,
one of our questions that we didn't answer.
Uh-oh. Here goes.
Okay.
What's
it like to hear your music on radio?
Ooh. You want me to tackle it first?
I want you to tackle it first.
Okay. Well, the first time I heard my song on the radio was, www.soundwave1radio.com. And then I also heard it on Country Beats Radio, and I
The
was
boys,
yeah,
Steve,
yeah,
Ronnie.
Steven, the, outlaw from Bakersfield. He's out in Bakersfield, California. He debuts all my songs, and Brian's, I think, too. You
Yep.
debuts
Sorry I
songs.
missed you guys yesterday.
Yeah.
Wasn't on.
Yeah. But, yeah, he's amazing, and then Ronnie
Ronnie
Trash.
Trash.
What a name, I love Ronnie. And Ronnie's got a radio station, Country Beats Radio, and thing about Ronnie, and this was a compliment I know to you and a compliment eventually to me when I got involved there, he only plays the top 200 independent mainstream artists, basically. You have to be in the top 200 to get a song on there, in his belief. And he will not take somebody that already has a record deal. So it opens up an avenue. So anyway, the bottom line is it was a feeling that I can't even tell you of pride hearing my song played out on the radio. And then once I got a chance to get Kiss My Bad American Ass, Beverly, of course, made this happen, to have it charted, so to speak. Now, that doesn't mean you're going to get it on the charts. It's that it goes out to all the radio stations worldwide, and they choose whether to play it, from what I understand. They choose to play it. You start getting a couple of check marks, and maybe you'll move up. But it's all popularity from there, and there's no changing it. You are on your own merits. And in your case, you had a song go to number 10. And boy, it makes your bookings a little easier. And they come in and say, well, I need to hear you. Okay, well, not trying to brag or anything, but I've got a number 10 song. Okay, we'll take you. And well, you did how many shows last year?
It was a lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah. In the 70 range?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But here's the thing,
what'd you think when you heard yourself?
I cried like a baby.
Yep.
Because it was one of my dreams, and that was just with the Land of the Free, my very first single, because I'm ex-military and I wanted my first single to be patriotic.
Yep.
And so, 3 years of writing, getting it done. Yeah. And when I heard it out of Taylorville, because they was the first one, they was the only ones that would play that song, because they said all the other radio stations said, well, it's 5 minutes long. You talk too much and, blah, blah, blah. Well, first off, it's my song, and I'm a big Johnny Cash fan. Who isn't? So in this Ragged Old Flag, which one of Johnny Cash's songs, so he's a hero of mine. So I kind of went with that same direction, kind of talked the verses and then picked it up in the choruses.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do they know what a backhand is in Taylorville?
You know what I'm saying? So, and so it got shut down. I mean, it didn't
Too
go
much
nowhere.
going on.
And then hooking up with Beverly, and without Beverly, I wouldn't be where I'm at today at all. When, they called the Outlaws came out, man, I was like, oh my God, I made it to the radio station, and then she was like, hey, we're going to send this out to Cashbox and Cashbox magazine. We're going to get you in there with a song. We're going to see what happens with it. And, man, I came in on the top 100 charts.
Unbelievable.
I mean, how does that happen?
Radio play, brother.
Radio play,
Yeah.
And
everybody liked it. The DJs liked it. And then they get people calling and they say, I want to hear this song again.
Yeah.
That's your song.
Yeah.
And that's what happens.
Yeah.
And the more we get that, the more we move up and the more fun we have.
And there's one other thing better than, hearing your song on radio. And I just experienced this at JB's Hideout in Blue Mountain when we shot some video. When I was singing my songs, my people that came there and supported me, they were singing my music back to me.
Yeah, that's cool.
I got to experience that. So God love them that they're listening to me, not only supporting me, but actually listening to my songs, so they know my songs. And I'm going to tell you right now, that's what it's all about. Music comes from my heart and from my soul. It's my passion. And I've always been that way when it comes to music. But to be there now at this level, having people, singing my songs back to me, big guy.
So let me ask you this question. And this is funny. I got to ask you this.
Yeah.
How do you think Toby Keith felt last Friday night when I was singing Dreamwalking after a bottle of wine?
I got videos. I have videos of I got videos. But just to let you know, brother, I did delete them.
Thank you. Thank you. Kimmy and I got into the wine I don't drink anymore. You know that.
Yeah.
I haven't had a drink in 8 months, and not because I was a crazy drinker. I had some medical issues that I couldn't take a bunch of different supplements and things, and it doesn't go well with alcohol. But anyway, we did kinda dive into the couple of bottles of wine, and we were picking songs for the tour, and I've gotta do some covers, and she goes, "You kinda sometimes sound like Toby Keith," and I said, "When he hears this one, he's gonna roll over in his grave. God rest his soul.
Hey, man.
Rest in peace, brother." So I did some dream walking, pillow talking.
Here's the thing about it, brother.
We're having too much fun.
Toby made an impact with his music. You know what I mean? And his fans, like us, we're still singing his music.
Oh, yeah.
We're keeping his spirit, his soul alive in the music, in his music. And again, he's another mentor to the business. You know what I mean? I mean, who doesn't love Toby
I
Keith,
know.
for what he stood for, supporting the vets that
Another
he did?
another guy that didn't care what he wrote. It was always about America. It was always about really, really good stuff, and, some of it, people, "Oh, well, it's silly, it's this." No, it's not silly. It was really good, and, he had a great presentation and was just a good guy, so all that's a bonus, you know? Who we got in there?
Well,
We
who
got
was it?
Jeff.
Oh, you still talking about Toby Keith?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
okay.
moved on. I moved
Okay.
on.
All right, I
Thank
got
you,
you.
Toby. Alright, what do we got
Are
here?
you having a good time, man?
I'm having a blast. I'm going
I
crazy.
tell you, I'm glad I came up with this monstrosity of an idea, because I was wanting to do my own podcasting,
Well,
and
you only made one mistake, you got me involved.
I didn't know how to do none of the technical stuff, because I basically pay for people to do that stuff in my music, but, I just wanted to set up something, and I wanted to share that with somebody just to cut back, talk about whatever, current events, what's going on,
Yeah.
and have a good time. And maybe, if we may touch somebody sometime or someday or something, they might be feeling the way we are or whatever. Just having fun. Just having fun. That's what it's
Yeah.
all about.
We're trying not to take it seriously,
No.
but on the other hand, there are some things, like
That
today,
we are serious about.
we got a little serious about the flag.
I hate
That's a serious point for both of us.
very much.
Just imagine this. Imagine if you decided, and I hate to even say this, but if you decided to stomp on a flag while you and I were headed to a gig together,
We're going to be late.
you'd need an ankle bracelet, bro.
Well, I mean, like I said, if you want to protest, at whatever reason,
Do whatever you want.
but listen,
Don't do that.
y'all need to remember one thing here. This is just in the United States of America. Men and women gave the ultimate sacrifice
Yep.
for us. We could be like these other countries that there's war every single day. You can't go somewhere without being shot at. I mean, by terrorists and by a bunch of bad people. Just people just wanting to do harm. This is the land of the free, people. You get fed off the government. You get money off the government. Okay. The government pays for some of these people's ways. And I'm not trashing that by no means because everybody needs help. Don't get me wrong. But when you want to protest and not everybody likes what's going on with the parties, with the Republicans or the Democrats, I understand
Yep.
that. I'm not going to go there with my beliefs because it's my own business, nobody else's business.
Well, I've
what I
got a
believe.
story on you too. You got Toby Keith on me and you had to delete it. I had to delete a story of yours, and all I can tell you is I'm not going to tell it, but I am going to say it involved a guy with 2 ankle monitors that didn't have a good day. So you want me to leave it at that?
Yeah.
We're leaving it at that. Okay.
So, yeah.
Hey, yeah, we both got some stuff on each other, but
Well,
that's
yeah,
what it's all about. Bro. Yeah.
But,
And we laugh our ass off. We'll get on the phone. Get on the phone, and it's like a complete utter laugh fest. But we also sometimes get serious, and a couple of times you've given me a talking to, and said, "Listen, you're not thinking about that right. I have a problem." Well, that'll be one of many, but I have no patience. None.
I
And
get it.
I've been that way since I was 5 years old.
Mm.
However, it made me pretty successful in business because I didn't wait for results. I went and got them. And it's difficult. Every business is different. And I will say that the music business is the most difficult I've ever experienced. And part of it is because it's all on your shoulders. It's your music. It's the way you sing. It's everything that you just did. I had delegating power when I owned car dealerships, when I had my, Operation Kid Safe. I worked for John Walsh for 4 years with America's Most Wanted, and I had other people that I could say, "Go get this done, go get that done." Now you gotta go get it done, and then you've got your support people and people that lead the way like Beverly, like Eric, and the people that play our
It's called a
music.
team.
It's exactly.
Team.
Right,
It's
exactly.
called a team.
Yep.
You can write music, okay, in this business, okay? You can write music, but you also have to remember that I've learned you got to write music to the public to where it's kind of accepted what they like,
Mhm.
kind of what they like. If you're a hardcore, gun toting, whiskey drinking outlaw kind of guy,
Why are you looking at me?
and you can write about
Gatorade
it,
Zero.
yeah.
Gatorade Zero. Big guys only drink Gatorade Zero. I'm here for you, Gatorade. Come and get me. Look at him.
I'm still sticking to the old monster. So you can still write.
Trying to get a record deal, brother.
Right. You can write your songs, man, but you got to write to the people. So if you got to change your style of music to get listeners to listening to it on the radio,
Yeah.
you can do that. But you can still stay humble to yourself, to your own characteristics, to where, I want to play that outlaw of kicking butt, taking names. You
Right.
know what I mean? And then you can write the little less calmer music.
Yeah.
The people, if it gets on the radio air, hey, that's what the objective is.
So basically, I think Beverly, is she still on here? Anyway, our promoter, Beverly Jenkins, she would tell you that I haven't made it real easy for her. My first song.
What?
Wait, my first song, Kiss My Bad American Ass. 40% of the radio stations threw it in the garbage because they're all liberal and they don't want to hear it. And that's cool. But the people that did like it played the hell out of her, from what I understand. So we'll see what happens.
Well,
right?
it may make the charts.
You don't know. We'll see. See what happens.
Top
But
100 charts,
my
Cashbox
second
magazine,
one,
baby.
my second one was So Red, White, and Blue, which is, again, a very Americanized song, and I love that song, by the way. Then I thought, well, I'm going to get off of the soapbox for a moment, and then you killed me on my third one by making me write Satan and Satin, which, by the way, I think is one of my better songs.
Oh, it's a great song.
And but so now, so Beverly goes, "Big guy, I don't know about a song that leads off with Satan. I don't know if I can even produce this for you." And I said, "Well, I'm not changing it." So she ended up really liking the song. So anyway, she's sitting back. I'm getting ready to give her my fourth single about a month ago, and my fourth single's coming out. And I did something so vanilla, but it ended up being a really good song for me. It's called Simple Plan. If you get a chance,
High School Sweetheart, right?
Yeah, it's about
High School
it's
Sweetheart.
about a guy who was in love with this girl in high school, never could get any attention, and he found out one thing. Sometimes that never changes, because he couldn't get her attention even after high school. So it's kind of a neat transition song, and it doesn't have Satan in it. It doesn't have me kicking somebody's ass or dropping them off a frickin' building. It's the first time any song that I wrote didn't have somebody getting their ass kicked. So that's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's a simple plan. If you want to hear it, it's on everything. It's on YouTube, whatever. But yeah, Simple Plan by Big Guy. Check it out. It's my new song.
And I do have CDs and USBs, and they're a thing of the past. They really are,
Isn't that
because
funny?
the way technology is today.
Yeah.
So when you're driving in your car, if you got a newer vehicle, you could just push the button or say, "Hey, play Brian Shartzer songs,"
Right.
and all my songs will come up. You don't have to buy a CD. You don't have to, do none of that. You could just say, "Hey, play Brian's songs," and you'll hear them.
And that's where the bands.
That's where we're at to this.
Well, that's where the bands used to make their money.
Yeah,
When you're touring,
merchandise. Yeah,
the merch table was half of your take, and those days are over.
I'm not going to go out and spend $500, $600, $700 and put my name on a T-shirt, because right now I'm a nobody, so to speak. Brian Shartzer. Okay, who's that guy? You know what I mean? There ain't nobody else really going to wear my name on their body.
I'll take one. Do you have a 4XL Slim?
You know what I'm saying?
You hear the size I want? 4XL Slim. Right.
So yeah, it's just sure doing it. Creed Fisher, Cody Jinks, which I'm a huge fan of Cody. But at our level, I get it. We should do it. But man, I've sold some of my CDs and USBs, but I'm not made no really money off
Yeah.
of it. So now I'm like, here you go. And then I get some people, um, just like a guy I ran into yesterday, Dan Turnius, he was a shift coordinator for where I used to work at Tate and Lyle. And, this is how far it goes back with me. I was talking about playing country music for a living, and that's what I wanted to do and sing and make music a long time ago. I
Yeah.
ran into him yesterday buying boots. I went in, was getting ready to buy my boots. Dan walks in, haven't seen him in 10 years, and he's like, "Hey, how's things going, man?" I said, "It's going great. I got, music out worldwide now." He goes, "Get out of here." He goes, "Man, I remember you talking about you was going to play country music, back in the feed house days, and he was like, "How do I get your music?" I said, "Well, you could I said, "You go to your truck and tell it to play Brian Shartzer's music, or hang on a minute." So I gave him a USB because his truck didn't have a CD player, newer vehicle.
Most of them don't anymore.
So, what do you do? Do you spend the money? Okay. Cause that's the way it was back in the day. You had a merch table and they still do, but right now, I mean, I would rather spend money in a studio.
Yeah, I agree. And make new music.
And make new music.
Hey,
and,
I got to ask you something.
Yeah.
So, do you I've found, I don't know if you have, that there's a lot of people just dying to see you fail? I'm going to tell you this.
Is that a serious question?
I'm serious.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So let me just tell you my quick experience. Here's the deal.
I got to hear this.
And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to tell you the way I am. Okay. And I'm not saying everybody's the same as I am, and they're probably lucky they're not. But I have always loved to see, and I've had nice things my whole life. So maybe it's easier from that perspective, but I've also suffered too. But I have always loved to see people get nice things. I have always loved to reach down the ladder and bring somebody up.
Oh, because that's how you are.
I just have
Yeah, good
always
person.
loved that. Always
Good
loved
people.
that. And that I've never been like a jealous guy. I've always worried about my own stuff, and worried about my family. So, everybody's different, but it's interesting to me, I'm not trying to be a bragger because I really don't have any great success in the music industry, but I've taken a different path than other people in my town here have taken. And that is that I've tried to go national. I do have a promoter. I do have some radio stations that are playing my music, and I'm not trying to rub it in anybody's face at all. I'm just enthusiastic, excited, and trying to make, just like if somebody said, I'm building a new house, you can do one of two things. You can say, I hope the sumbitch burns down, I hate you. Or you can ignore it and never even give them a thumbs up. And basically, I've got a certain number of people that are so excited for me.
Right. We got
And
our people.
everybody else is ignoring the piss out of me. And I'm not saying I'm any great shakes. I don't mean that. But I sometimes, like everyone, need to be lifted up. I would love for some people to say, Mark, don't back down. Go get them, buddy. I love your music, blah, blah, blah. And I get some of that. Let me tell you, I'm not here crying.
With our close friends and you know what I mean? We
Yeah.
get that.
Yes. And I get it from some other people that I thought I never would. But the majority of the people who maybe have their own struggle going, and particularly people in the music industry, have basically tried to make me a bastard. And, none of them have got the guts to say it to my face.
Well, keyboard warriors, like you said.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, I don't even hear them honestly talking behind my back much because I think they know what I do. I don't like people that talk out of school. That's why that's why I have a back of my hand, and I'm not trying to be a tough guy, but I just don't, it's not the way I roll. But it's just interesting that the support level, I've given people more support for whatever it is they want.
Well, we support people anyway.
Yeah.
Because that's just how we are.
I want them to have good things.
You want them to have good. You want them
I want them to love their new
succeed.
house. I congratulate them. Now, I'm not going to BS and tell them they got the most beautiful dog in the world if it's the ugliest dog on the planet. I love every animal.
Be kind.
I love all animals, always have. I've raised tons and tons of money over the years for, APL and different things like that. But I just don't like that many people.
Yeah. Well, I get it.
Yeah.
And as for me, brother, I'm going to tell you something. 3 weeks ago,
Ruh-roh. Here we go.
I let everything go. I opened up to God, and And it's crazy, but I have forgiven my father, and I have
I knew.
forgiven
Yeah.
all the people that has done me no justice, talking stuff about me and my music. I have forgiven them. And that cancer is gone. It is off my
How
chest.
does
And,
it
and
feel?
I'm going to tell you something. I feel so much better, Mark, because I'm not carrying that around no more. I'd take it to the gym with me. I'd wake up with, everywhere it went, the naysayers, the people out there, the keyboard warriors, like you said, it ate at me so bad, talking bad, talking about me and my music and what they think I'm doing. You know what? Here's the thing. I wish you the best, because you know what? This is what I do. I love music. I'm going to continue to make music. I got Beverly Jenkins in my corner. I got Eric Nelson that's helping me. I got a
10-4.
team that is out of this world, and I'm going to success. I got music that's being played around the world right now. I'm not bragging. It's the truth, man.
Mhm.
I
Fact, brother. Well,
have music that's playing around the world,
I'm so glad that you've been
and
able
I'm
to
going to
let it
make it.
go.
I'm going to make it. I'm going to have I'm going to have a label, and I'm going to have a bus. It's just a matter of time.
I love
Mark
it.
my words.
Love it. So I heard through the grapevine that when you get your tour bus, there's a band called Big Guy in the Mob that's going to be opening for you. Is that true?
Hey, first one, baby. First one out the gate. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
That
Hey,
hit.
hey, Gatorade hadn't called yet, so I had to try to move in on that deal.
But I'm going to make it.
No doubt about it,
Yes,
brother.
sir.
You got the sound, you got the voice, dude. It's just, I'm so proud of you. It's just going so well. Well, over the past over a year, you and I have become really, really good
We
friends.
have, Mark, and
Yeah.
we share the same passion
Yep.
about music.
And we say, and we don't, there ain't a single sugar coat in anything we say to one another.
No, because we bounce ideas off
Yep.
one another, and I mean, and everybody should be doing that anyway with close friends.
I agree.
Hey, I need guidance. What do you think? How should I do this?
Yep.
I mean, we need.
I send you all my new songs,
Yeah.
and you have on some of my songs said, "Nah, I don't think so." And here's why. And those are important things because sometimes when you're writing a lot of music, you get so jacked up on every song, and every song is not going to be a winner. And there's certain things that you might pick up that I'm missing because I'm embroiled in this every day. And I think this song maybe, and
Yeah.
I had to back off for a couple of weeks. Kim told me, she said, you need to back off
Sure.
because you are overwriting right now. And, I wrote in, and this doesn't mean any of them are going to be any good, but I have written in the past probably 2 months, 22 songs completed. And so I've got
That's
them.
a lot.
Well, I've got them stacked up now.
But
And
you got to remember, it's not about the quantity.
it's the quality.
It's the quality.
Yep. And when you get one that hits I will say this, my last release, Simple Plan, I have had more people on top of that song. And I'm not saying the other songs aren't going to do something. I don't know. But that one's, who we got on there?
We just got some likes and a heart.
Yeah. We got Tammy. We got Jeff. Nancy.
She's my neighbor.
Yeah. Cool.
They get live music all the time because I'm out in my garage or my backyard. So yeah, so they haven't called the law on me yet.
Well, I'm just looking to see if they've got something aimed at us, like a 30-06
or a missile.
Yeah, a missile at your garage. By the way, I got the GPS coordinates on his garage if you want it. So
I can't wait till weather finally breaks to where I can set up outside in my pergola area. Because Vicky and I have spent
then you can really hit them heavy with some music.
Oh yeah.
What'd you say, Kimmy? Monster's on the phone?
Oh,
yeah. Monster's on the phone for you.
Hey, tell him I'm busy.
Yeah. He's a recording artist. He's busy right now.
I'm talking to my Peeps, baby.
Yeah, I'm talking to my Peeps. We're the Sound Warriors. We don't need any monster except if they want to sign me.
I tell you, I love doing this.
Yeah, it's fun.
Because nothing is charted, man. It's just straight off the cuff what we do. So,
That's it. Well, we're going to call this number 7, don't you think? You got anything else to add?
I got to go. I got to get home, and we got the grandbabies this weekend, man.
Love it.
What sucks is my other grandbabies, they're in Missouri, so I don't get to see them too often, So I love them and I miss them.
Love it, brother.
I tell you what, having the grandbabies, man, having grandkids around.
I've got 10 of them. I got 10 of them.
So you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of chaos sometimes, man, but you know what? it's amazing.
Yeah.
It is.
I love all their activities. They're all in martial arts. They're all, you know what, you do it.
Mine are all ornery. Ornery.
Yeah, yeah, they're ornery as hell. Every last one of them. Yeah, they're playing hockey and you know what, and
Well,
gymnastics. All right, well, we're the Sound Warriors, and we say it, and
we sing it.
And we sing it. We're out for now. It's Mark, Big Guy Bott.
Brian Shartzer, guys, thanks so much.
Thank you.
If you listened to us today and you watched us on Facebook, you hung out with us, thank you very much.
Thank you, Facebook. We appreciate you being live with us. That means a lot to us. Thank you, everybody here. We'll be producing these. They will be up on YouTube tonight. They'll also be on Facebook. The Sound Warriors out for now.